really is. It's a blessing, and it's great to see this time of day. I've seen a lot, not all of them, but I probably you might even say most of the sunrises in my life. I've seen most of them, and
Wow.
that's yeah. There's something magical about being up early in the morning. I like to be up very, very early in the morning, usually before everybody gets up, and kind of get the stillness and the atmosphere, if that makes sense. You could feel it. It just feels different, guys and gals. So thanks for being here in the stillness of the morning. If you're West Coast, if you're East Coast, I hope you've done a whole day's worth of work already, because hell, it's already 10:30 in the morning. Okay. It's good to see everybody here. This is a spectacular time we're about to have. We do have Brandon Simmons here with us in the Zoom room, and we are doing this Co-Wholesale deal workshop right now. We're launching it right now. I want to say welcome to Brandon, welcome to Michael Batista too, and welcome to everybody that's in the Zoom room. So we got Ian, Harold, George, Brandon, Kenny, Michael, Mark, Jerry, Nick, Steve, Greg, Anthony, Mary, and it's still growing. All right. What are we doing today, Brandon? You tell us. Let's jump right in.
Well, I think you threw the gauntlet down to see if we can do something with this in real life. So my goal is to just show everyone how simple the business can be if we don't overcomplicate it and don't stress ourselves out about everything. So what I wanted to do is find out someone that's maybe more East Coast or Midwest, so we're not calling too early in the morning. Find someone. I like to pick an area where I actually don't mind competition. I want where there's a lot of wholesalers. I want where there's a lot of cash transactions and stuff.
Okay.
So I want to pick one of your guys, someone here on the group.
Virginia, huh?
Yeah. That dude's he's got the passion for it. It sounds like.
I'm in between DC and Richmond.
So the DMV area. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that area. That's a good potential. Who else? I just want to hear a couple. So I want to know, because DMV is a pretty good. There's a lot of wholesalers there too. It's just I know that every little area, like DC, is a little bit different than Virginia, and so like everyone neighborhoods can be very different too, right?
Yeah.
So
Texas.
What city?
Austin.
You want to play in Houston?
Oh.
Austin and Houston. Okay. Who else wants to throw a couple? And maybe we can hit a couple of these. So I'm going to put
Atlanta Metro.
Or do you want to be in a big market?
Kansas City.
So I like big markets for this.
Go Chiefs.
Atlanta Metro.
I heard Atlanta Metro. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Michael, I'm going to let you choose. Out of those, we got DMV, Houston, Austin, Kansas City, Atlanta Metro.
Long Island, New York.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, why don't we just go with who spoke up first? I think that's the most fair thing.
All right. And what city in Virginia is that, George?
Richmond is the most active.
Richmond, Virginia. Okay.
Dude, this is getting exciting already.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, here's what we can do. I'm going to walk you guys through something, and then maybe while I'm doing this, those of you that are like in Houston and Austin and Kansas, Atlanta, follow along, go to this, do exactly what I'm doing, and then you can help me get a few phone numbers as well, and we can start going through a bunch of these. You can do this on multiple markets. It's pretty simple process. So let me walk you through the basic process here as we get going. Is it okay if I share my screen, Justin?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is awesome. I've got my notepad and pen. I'm ready to go. And
I'm ready to take copious notes.
Dude, I
So,
feel like you're about to change my life for real.
Well, I've been doing this for a while. My very first deal was a Co-Wholesale deal, a JV deal with Sean Terry. And when I worked with Sean Terry, we were doing JV deals every single month. So I've been doing this for a long time. One of the best ways that we got a lot of leads or a lot of people bringing us deals, we would hold regular meetups, just give immense value and help people out. And then they would bring deals and they needed help to sell those deals. Not only beginner wholesalers, I'm talking about experienced, seasoned guys with great buyers lists. So and if we realize that half of something or even a portion of something is better than zero,
all day.
Yeah.
Even $1,000 pops, if you're doing several of them, who cares?
Yeah. I'd rather have a small piece of a big pie than a big piece of a small pie, right?
I mean, I have a friend that does this, and I mean, he's a licensed realtor, but he'll carve out around 1,500 on the acquisition side from the wholesaler, and then 1,500 from his cash buyer. So it's about what, $3,000, and his goal is to do about 2 a day, and he works about 20 days a month.
Oh.
So that's about 40 deals at $3,000 a pop, a little over 120, about 120,000.
Jeez.
So, and all he does is use his cell phone, and I mean, he's literally texting all day long. He's barely even on the phone. So, but here's this is a Google Doc we put together, I think over a year ago, just to, as I was training some of my new hires and stuff. So basically, I was trying to explain to them how the JV process works, because I was doing most of my business was doing co-wholesaling JV deals. And so I just put together the basics of and this is just a Google Doc, nothing crazy. I even have little scripts, like a little text and stuff like that, or things that they can post on Craigslist and Facebook, different places to go find deals, like the local RIA, other wholesalers' websites. So the more competition, actually, the better for this strategy. Posting on Facebook, where to go and find some of the groups to find some of these deals. I think there's a couple wholesalers here that we had some of their websites and stuff like that.
Everybody's screenshotting the hell out of this thing, man.
I can share this stuff too, so don't worry about that. But basically, I just want you to understand, if you look at the text, like, don't overthink it. It's just like here, one of the messages is, I like to reach out, whether by phone or by text, to the wholesalers who I already have a good relationship with. And I usually will send them something like this. Hey, John, how are things going? I hope business is going well for you. I want to reach out to you because I'm getting asked by a lot of our buyers if we have any 3.2s in Phoenix or Mesa under 300,000. You popped in my mind, so I figured I'd reach out and see if you had anything. And as always, let me know if there's anything. And we put multiple Brandon, Colton, or I. So different sales guys, depending on what the text messages can do for you. And then this is kind of over the phone. And by the way, it's a human business. Be human, be authentic. Don't be too big for your britches. Don't act like you're Mr. Instagram famous and stuff like that. Just be authentic and real.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll introduce myself, tell them that I'm a local wholesaler with whatever I was consulting with this company for a while. And then say something like, I think I may have a few buyers who may be interested in your property on such as 123 Main Street. I was wondering if you'd be open to joint venturing with us. I mean, that's the simplest way to go, right to the point. So you're going to hear me on some of these calls today. Now, just to kind of walk you through a little bit, I want to show you the document that we use with our JV partners. A lot of times I may have something where I kind of explain what I need, like properties. If they're submitting deals to us, I need to know if we can access the property. I try to have them fill out a exclusive option first, or depending what's going on, I may do a non-exclusive. So here's what an exclusive option looks like. It's literally a one page, your LLC here, the wholesaler's LLC there, whatever price they have it locked up under. And then this would be if we're doing a 50-50 split, you put the price that they have the property under contract. And I request a copy of that contract, by the way. If they're really strict or worried about it, I'll just find out what their, I'll try to find out what their, basically what title company they're going to. And then I want to find out what their earnest deposit is. And then I'll go ahead and reach out to the title company and say, hey, do you have this escrow open? I may be dropping off earnest deposit there, and just verify that they have something open. Because I want to make
That's
sure
a great idea. Wow, that's awesome. That's life-changing right there. Also, this agreement you gave us the other day, and it is in the description. If you're watching this, it's in the description on YouTube. Yeah. So
this, I mean, honestly, this is it. It's a one-page document, and I like
real quick. I want to ask you about that while we're on this. You'd mentioned that you're going and verifying, right, that this wholesaler has the deal under contract and it's actually at so-and-so title company. Now, are you doing that every time with the new wholesalers, or do you even bother doing that with someone you've done a deal with in the past?
Great question. So most of the people that have done deals in the past, they pretty much know the process. So I trust them.
Okay.
But you know what? It's like Ronald Reagan always said, trust but verify. So
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just want to verify, and because one of the guys that we trusted, one of the Lambo driving awesome dudes out here, actually didn't have a deal under contract. And I was like, what the heck? We already sold it. Like, what are you doing? So now, because of that, I always make sure that I either have a copy of the contract that they have direct with the seller, or I verify the title.
Lambo driving. We're trying to narrow it down to who it could be. Don't tell us.
There's a lot of them out here now, not just one. A lot of them are trading in their Lambos for Teslas. So.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I would do the same thing so the damn thing could drive me around.
Yeah. But honestly, like, just don't overthink it. I always want to make sure that I have a contract. If you don't have the JV option contract, don't market the property.
Right.
If you have a handful of buyers and you just want to test the waters and call, hey, I'm looking to get something locked up. This is where it's going to be at, or the neighborhood, or maybe you do give them a specific address. Just test the waters. But be careful doing that. Like, I think it's just easier just to get the JV option agreement signed. And most of mine will show up as non-exclusive. I try to make the path to resistance like hardly anything. I don't want them to have any reason to not move forward with me on anything. So a lot of times I will do non-exclusive, meaning that they can sell the deal to their own buyers list without having to pay me. Now that's a risk, there's a lot of time involved and effort and stuff like that, but it depends. If they're newer and they don't have a serious buyers list, then I don't, I'll go exclusive. But if they're a pretty seasoned wholesaler and they got a good buyers list and they don't want to feel like they're getting hosed or screwed, then I want to make that concession to them. So.
And have you ever run into a situation where, you have it tied up under a non-exclusive deal, like a non-exclusive option, and you say, okay, I know John Smith, my investor, is going to come in and buy this property, and maybe the wholesaler that you joint ventured with for this deal under a non-exclusive, have they ever gone around you and gone to John Smith and tried to do that and say, hey, this is my buyer?
It's happened. It's happened. Right. And here's my rule of thumb is, if someone does that, like I had that happen on a deal in Tucson with a realtor, actually, believe it or not.
Okay.
And I just, my guys were handling it, and then I found out about it. So then I jump on the phone and I blast them. What's your broker's name? And you basically went around us, circumvented us. And so It can happen, and there's you can do non-disclosure, non-circumvent agreements and stuff too.
Sure. Sure.
But the way I look at it is if people are shady, people are shady, and karma will catch up to them, and I just won't do business with them again.
Right.
So
Exactly. You bring tremendous value, not just on one deal, but on
yeah,
however many deals you guys.
they're
decide.
looking pretty short-sighted a lot of times, and a lot of
Right.
times these deals aren't big spreads, and if they're going to be that short-sighted, then I don't want to really hang out with them anyway. So
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. I just wanted everyone to kind of realize, hey, this is an abundance mindset business. If it happens one time, with that particular person, don't work with them again. There's hundreds or thousands of other wholesalers that we can find deals and work with. So just keep that in mind.
My experience has been, if you're overly worried about somebody screwing you, then you're not doing business.
Right.
yeah,
What are you focused on here? Trying to keep from getting screwed or making money, right? So just go do it. You'll run into a few buttholes in your life, yeah, but you'll survive, and
Yep.
you'll make a lot more money. That's just the way it is, right? That's great,
Mhm.
guys. I'm glad you were talking about that.
Hey,
Is this
Brandon
one-
Saliba,
Yeah.
quick question for you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, sorry, I'm just jumping in on here, guys. Saliba from Indianapolis. Hey, so I don't know if you're going to cover this or not, but and you can tell me just to hold off. So I've reached out to a few wholesalers in the past and tried to JV deals, and a lot of their responses, or at least that I've experienced, have been, you know what, just throw your fee on top. And I found that I could do that, but it's just a little bit more challenging now. We're taking more money out of the buyer's, pocket, and those numbers may not make sense. So I guess, what would your advice be on that? Or
I always try to get them. I always try to see. I'll usually start off the conversation like this. Like, look, I'm not looking to make a killing on this. Do you have like $1,000 to $3,000 you can carve out on this? And if I can carve out a couple, $3,000 on that front end, then I can do a couple on the back end a lot of times. So at the beginning of the call, we were talking about one of my friends that's out here who's a realtor, and he usually gets about $1,500 from the wholesaler and then $1,500 from his cash buyer. So he gets about $3,000 a deal, and he does about 2 deals a day. So like 20 deals, he'll do like 40 deals a month.
Right.
$3,000 a month.
That's crafty too. And I mean, as you just mentioned, you ask that wholesaler up front if they throw it on top, and you ask them, hey, can you do up to $3,000? Just kind of build that in. Most are going to be okay with that because it's not a huge amount.
Right.
And then when you go back to your buyer, right, and you're asking them, hey, can you, help me out with a couple grand as well? How would that conversation look like, and how does that paid out?
Just like that, how you just said it, Michael. How you just said it. Now, most of the time, though, here's the reality: is because I got stuck thinking exactly how Sleepa is thinking is, like, oh my gosh, I'm adding too much, and if you're adding way too much, then the people are not going to do it. But I will always talk to my buyers and say, hey, I got a deal. I try to talk to them, right? Not just do blasts and stuff. I'll do text blasts and email blasts too, but I want to have a conversation with them. And then there's like, do you have any room? Now I'll go back to my wholesaler and say, hey, I got a buyer. He's willing to throw down earnest deposit, but he's wanting to see if we can bring it down a couple grand, like $3,000, $5,000. I went back and renegotiated because I had to a lot of times, just to make the deal work. So give me just
and most of the time, and guys, you got to realize too, when these wholesalers get these deals, some of them might be big wholesalers, right? But for whatever reason, they haven't sold that deal yet. Okay, a lot of these big wholesalers like to have usually about a week or so, and then if they don't have any traction on, aren't getting it sold, they're more likely to do a JV. So if someone like Brandon or anyone else approach them, and came in with that situation, they're going to be much more likely to allow you to do that and be a little bit more flexible with those numbers too.
It's also it's a lot of fun whenever you work with your buyers. You know your buyers, so as you start building your buyers list and you know what buyers are buying consistently, have a conversation with them and try to basically figure out what their buy box is. Then you go and you say, hey, you're reaching out to your wholesalers in your market and you're asking for, you're basically going shopping. You got your shopping list. This is what I need. What do you have? Do you have anything in the pipeline? Let me see if that'll work, and go that way. So
That's good. Yep.
all right, let me go back to share the screen here real quick. I want to walk you guys through the process a little bit on what we do. So I want to go and try to find out. So it's Richmond, Virginia, right?
Yeah, I believe that's what we had said before.
Richmond, Virginia, real estate investors.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great. Thank you everybody for being here. Great crowd today.
I may not be in a lot of these groups, so I want to see which ones are the top. Looks like there's a Richmond RIA too. And here's a little secret: is a lot of times if you join that local real estate investor association, a lot of times they have the whole list of all their members, and they'll send out your wholesale deals out to their members list for you for a fee. A lot of times.
A lot of landlords usually, I find.
All right, so let me ask George, which ones are the top ones in your area here, if you happen to know?
The biggest one we have is Carver Capital. But I'm actually go straight to their website, which is carverhomebuyers.com. As far as
like the investor groups here.
all their groups, that would be, let me see. Scroll up a little bit. I think I saw something at the top.
Here's the Nova RIA, Northern Virginia.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Okay. Are you a member of that one?
No.
Okay. So I'd seriously just start joining all these.
Okay.
Brandon, I'm a member of a couple of them.
Okay. So I literally will join in here. Now what I'll do, let me show you what I do on, you can also do the, there's Facebook groups with just wholesalers in them, but I'm a member of a couple in Arizona. So let's see here, Arizona Wholesale Investment. And I'll kind of show you, it's been a while since I think I've been in this one. I'll kind of show you a quick, maybe they'll make me actually only do a property, right? Okay. Some of these, what I'm doing is just going to do a post, like who has a deal right now. That's it. So,
yeah, if you go back to that group, there should be a button called Start Discussion.
On this, was it this one?
I think we hit Nova.
Oh, Nova.
Yeah, it was the Nova one down below. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't think they'll let me post yet, right?
Yeah, you got to be approved first.
Yeah.
So
I'll literally join like 5 or 10 of these local groups of however many they have, and go through here. And now, George, are you a member of any of these right now?
I am, but I can't tell you exactly which ones right now.
Okay. So Mary, was it Mary that said she was?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
So if you can go through, and honestly, it's just, what's the middle or the average median household price out there?
Up there, I would say about 350.
350. Okay. Okay. So then I want you to post something like, I have a client, have a buyer looking for anything that's 350 and below, 932, it must be a deal. Let me know. Send me your email or send me your contact info. And so I'm posting like that. So I'll post in these groups, and it'll take me a minute to join all these. So, and honestly, I don't know if I want to. So a lot of times I'll go there, and then I'll go into some of these other big Facebook groups like Wholesale Houses Full Time. And let's go to the group though.
So how many Facebook groups you join a day before they won't tag you or whatever, or block you, or put you in Facebook jail?
I don't know.
8.
I think it's 25.
I wouldn't do 25. I would do probably 10 a day.
Yeah, I think I usually only do like 3 to 5 anyway, so it's not like a ton.
Okay, cool.
It'll tell you once you.
That's a great question. Are you flagged if it's per day or per total groups?
It's per day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's per day. And it'll tell you once you've exceeded your limit, but it's about 8. About 8 on the safe side.
So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go and type in Richmond, Virginia. I want to see if there's any posts from anyone in Richmond. So Frank, you guys know Frank Cava? So Chris, he flipping a ton of deals. So Chris Jefferson is doing stuff.
Frank Cava is the biggest wholesaler in Richmond.
There you go. So look, I just typed in that city and I got Frank Cava. I got Chris Jefferson. I got, is this DeMarcus McQueen. And then I will go just like this.
Getting right to business.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. I think one thing I noticed too, when you're applying for the groups, to join the groups, they ask questions and you actually take the time to answer the questions because that helps you get accepted into the groups.
Right.
Don't skip that stuff. Don't just click all right. I decline people for our group that say all right, like all right. I'm like, all right, deleted.
And by the way, I forgot to tell you, introduce yourself.
Yeah, some people won't even talk to you if you don't properly introduce yourself.
Okay, and then let's see, go back here. And by the way, what I can do too is also not just ask if they're looking for deals, but see, do you have anything right now in Richmond, Virginia? So. Oh, looks like I already talked to him before. All right, so let's see. I literally go through just like this. And then I'm gonna go also to Craigslist.
So we're doing Facebook.
So if you're following along with me, make sure you're joining these groups right now. Okay, all your local groups. And then I want you to, and we'll go into the Facebook groups and how I just did that search in this Facebook group. And all I did, if you notice, is I just searched Richmond, Virginia right here on the search just to see what posts are in that area. And now I may, if I'm in Richmond, Virginia, then my post would be is just looking up wholesale deals, like I'll just type in the word wholesale or deal or something like that, or just start scrolling through the feed and see who all has what. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Richmond, Virginia. Now, if you're going through those, what I want you to do is also start getting contact information. If you're following along with me, you're going to see, I'm going to just type in some keywords here under real estate for sale. I usually go real estate by owner. And I'm going to type in keywords that only wholesalers use. Cash, hard money, ARV, that type of stuff, right? So let's see. ARV is a good one because they use that all the time.
Okay.
All righty. So
Yep. Assignment of contract. So we know
yeah, I hate this CAPTA thing that they do all the time now.
Yeah.
That makes it hard for Michael to do his job, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right. So this is assignment contract. Home buyer selling the contract. Fixer upper project in Richmond. Last purchase 2019. This property has been partially renovated. ARV 256. Estimated repairs. We don't have an address, and they do this a lot, by the way. So let's just call up Chris here. 6859.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Now make sure you leave messages and have urgency.
7
your
2
voice.
6 8 5 9 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Chris, hey, it's Brandon. I saw your property on Craigslist, the fixer upper there in Richmond that you're trying to sign the contract on. This is a 3-bed, 1-bath. Hey, give me a call as soon as you can. I think I have a buyer for you. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, so that's how I leave my messages. I'll do text message just like that. So I can send them a text message real quick too. And then I'll put, hey Chris, it's Brandon. Please give me a text back or call me back. I may have a buyer for your deal that you have advertised on Craigslist, period. Thanks, bye.
Utilize that
Okay.
voice. Yeah, is that way you can pound through these?
How hard is that, by the way, to do?
That's a
Not that hard.
Not hard at all.
It seemed
Can
pretty
you
simple.
do that 20 to 30 times a day?
Right.
So
if you can do that 20 to 30 times a day, you're going to get deals.
right.
Okay, so we can jump back into this too real quick. And
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way, if you're following along and you have phone numbers and you want to do this, we can do this in your areas too. So I just want to be able to kind of show you guys just how I'm doing some of the original, the first steps here of finding deals. So then I'm going to go to my next one, and you just hit the next button, right?
So would you say 20 to 30 times a day? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's it, right? You don't have to do a ton.
When you say that, you mean 20 to 30 times a day, find someone like this to call and call them. That's what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Now, Michael, here, let me just let me jump over here real quick. And Michael has the software, the automated REI, right? Has anyone used Michael's software yet?
I have.
Did you know that you can go in here and you can scrape, you can go ahead and copy. Let me go ahead and jump back in here. This little chat bar is popping up. I can go ahead and go back here to my original search, right? And I typed in ARV right here. And this should bring up wholesalers typically, right? So then I go and copy this search right here, this query. I go into Michael's software and I do Craigslist scraping.
So some of these houses look like they're in the war zone. On Craigslist, you don't care, do you? I mean,
No,
you don't
no.
seem to mind.
Because I'm just doing my shotgun right now. I'll evaluate after I get something that's coming in. I'll
Gotcha.
do my underwriting on that.
So I need to stop overthinking it.
Yeah, here in Phoenix, I typically know that my buyers won't buy anything. They want 80% or below, even my landlord buyers. So I try to just run it against Zillow as a quick look. Like I tell my guys, if it's over 80%, don't lock it up unless there's terms, you know? And so Michael, if you want to jump in here for a second. So basically I just took that search from Craigslist, and sorry, this little top part's popping in here. So I got to jump in here. So I take the search that's at the top on the search bar here. I copy and paste it right into the submit Craigslist URL right there. I can name this like Richmond, Virginia, right? And then I can go ahead and check the data, right? Michael?
Yeah, should tell you about how many listings there are. And guys, you'll want to do this. You want to do this multiple times. Okay, so he just did ARV. That was all he did.
Yeah, I didn't do hard money yet.
Yeah, he's going to go back and search every single keyword, and it'll create separate searches for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you stack your list a little bit more on Craigslist. But we're looking just for these. We know what the wholesalers are. Well, more than likely what the wholesalers are.
And it extract. What I love is this software extracts the phone numbers, right? Then we can start texting them.
Yep. Exactly.
And I just go through and on the SMS campaign and go through here after I get my scraping history, right?
Yeah, quick scraping history. If you had a campaign.
Here's one I did in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let me just see what this looks like. Or is this one I pulled up? I'm trying to remember what I did here. I think I had a different one. Maricopa for sale by owners. I try to go, this is a wholesaler list. Let me see if it'll pull up. So see, I got a phone number here, I can just start texting them right through the software, or I can download this right and just start calling them.
Exactly. And these people, the phone numbers that they put on there, there's no skip tracing or anything like that you necessarily have to do. That's more than likely going to be their phone number, and it's probably a wholesaler. So that is gateway to several deals every single month, potentially. So
well, and I don't know if you guys have your laptop. I have a Mac, so I can like text right through my Mac and stuff. So I can just take the phone number here, copy, paste. Boom. There's one.
That's it.
Same message, no matter where you're getting the phone number or the name or whatever.
Right. Right.
Or the name or
whatever. There you go. So how long it doesn't take but
how did you get that box up?
This is my texting from my cell phone.
The texting.
So he can merge. He can merge his iPhone with his Mac.
Yeah, it's through his iPhone. It's iMessage.
Yeah, it's my iMessage. Now you got Google. You can do Google Voice, right? You can, there's a software called Text Now, and this is free too.
Those.
Yeah.
So Text Now is free too.
Yeah, I use one called Second Line. There's multiple different platforms you can use. They're all free.
So I can go here. I'll go to the next one. I'll copy this one. I'm on Text Now.
I have Verizon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what carrier you have. These are apps. So and all of them that we've just mentioned have a desktop version that you can use on your laptop, desktop, and then also receive your messages on your phone, right? So definitely would function pretty much exactly the same as iMessage.
Yeah, so I just was using iMessage because it's my direct cell phone, right here. So I just text a few, and then I can use like Text Now or Google Voice. By the way, this is free. Text Now is free, right? Google Voice is free. So and Michael's software, I think this costs 30 cents to scrape this list.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish it was more instantaneous, but if you're patient, you just do a couple of these searches, put it in, then the very next morning you're ready to go and you can blast through all this. Or you can have a VA do this, right? You can literally, is a VA talking to anyone yet?
Right.
A VA is not even talking to anyone yet.
VA
So you
can text them, absolutely.
You can train a $5 VA to do exactly this, which is exactly how I got my first wholesale deal. I paid $4 an hour at the time, and they were just going through Craigslist. 2 sellers though. Let's see. Yes, I have a system in place that funnels me deals every month. You need a property. Yes, I need a great deal. I have a hungry buyer. Do you have a minute to chat if I call you?
Brandon, when I've told my students that this is the message that they want to ask, I always get this objection or question. Well, I don't really have a buyer that wants that specific property yet. So can I really say that? Okay. So what's your response to that?
There's a buyer out there for everything, and we don't know if it's a deal yet. He hasn't told me the address yet.
Right.
I don't know what deals he has. So I'll say, look, I have buyers that'll perform, but I need to make sure it's a deal. And by the way, I say here, I have a hungry buyer. Do you have a minute to chat if I call you? Do you have any good wholesale deals? And do you see how quick I got a response? People read a text message within 4 minutes. There's a 90% response rate or a 90% open rate. They'll read that message within 4 minutes. 90% of the people read that message in 4 minutes. Now your response rate will probably be 30 to 50%.
All right, you got a call, dude.
All righty, here we go.
Bonus! Woo! It's getting real.
So out of 100%, 100 text messages you guys send out like this, you're going to get 30, 50% of response rate almost every single time.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
My name is Walter. Is this Brandon?
It's Brandon. Hi, Walter. How you doing?
All right. How you, buddy?
Good. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, hey, I'm working with a buyer right now. They're actually buying a lot of rentals right now. And I just wanted to see if you got anything in the pipeline or anything coming up soon.
Yeah, what kind of rentals? Like single family rentals or like apartments?
No, single family homes. They'll do some small apartments. It just has to make sense. It has to be a deal,
Yeah. Are they looking in my area?
Yeah, all over. You're Cincy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How'd you get my number?
It was on Craigslist, I think.
Did you see property?
I don't have it in front of me, but I think there was a property you were advertising. That's where I got the phone number.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Co-wholesale it?
If you have something, yeah. I'm pretty flexible. I'm easy to work with, so. What do you have right now?
I got a single family that it was listed on Craigslist.
Okay, what's the price point on it?
Let's see. That one's 124 or 125.
Okay. What's the condition? How bad is it?
It's not bad. I can send you the link.
Yeah. You can text it right to this phone number. This is my cell.
Yeah. So that was 124. If you want, I mean, I can give you like you have a buyer for sure.
Well, I gotta evaluate real quick, but yeah, it's a fund that's buying a lot actually, all over Cincinnati and Louisville and Indianapolis. So.
Okay. I mean, what kind of fee do you want? I mean, I'm thinking like if you can give me a buyer, if you know someone for sure.
Mm-hmm. What can you squeeze out for me?
Like $2,500.
I'm playing at that game. That sounds good to me.
That's good for you?
Yeah, that's good for me. So I can sell it at 124. That builds in 2,500 for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be is that 121.5 net to you?
Let me see. The pay, right? That's correct.
Okay, cool. You have pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do I access it if they want to close on this?
I got a little bit of a recording that's why I was gonna send you the link.
Okay.
The guy is actually still there.
Okay.
The tenant's there, and he's gonna need some time to move out.
Does he need some cash for keys, or does he just need a little time?
Just time is the most important thing, I think, for him.
Okay, does he have a 12-month lease or on a month-to-month?
No, he owns the property.
Oh, it's the seller. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, we can work with him. I mean, do you think he needs like just under 30 days or more than that?
Probably under 30, maybe a little. I don't know. I got to check with him, but
okay.
What do you think they're gonna? I mean, I don't know if he wants a bunch of people. Going
No. So here, let me just explain how it works. So you tell me basically what title company or closing agent you're going to be using, what the earnest deposit you need is. I let my buyer know. We just do one walkthrough on the property. Probably need like 30 minutes max to do a walkthrough. It'll probably be my buyer. I probably won't be present. So I can get you in connection with him if you feel comfortable with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. But I mean, I just don't want him to discuss what I have it under contract.
Exactly. I don't want you to tell him talk about price with him either, because he's going to be a long-term buyer. Okay. But I can, we can basically, let me just see if it's even going to be a good fit for him. I don't know if it'll be a good fit for him or not. So, what was the address?
What is he looking for? I mean, do you know what type of properties he wants, or?
Yeah, I mean, they're basically looking for good bread and butter rental properties with not a lot of fix up. They're not afraid to put money into it, but they got to have a return on their investment. So, and it has to be a deal. They're not going to pay retail, so.
This should be pretty solid.
What do you think ARV is on it?
I'm thinking like around 175. At the lowest. I got some comps. I think my ARV was around like 189.
189. Okay. And Walter, do you have it locked up under your name or a business name?
It's under my name.
Okay. And what's your last name?
My last name is Davis.
Davis. Okay, Walter Davis. Do you already have escrow open with the title company?
We're working on it.
Okay. Do you have one that you prefer to use, or do you want me to?
I use Priority Title.
Priority Title.
Let's just do one thing at a time here. I'll go ahead and get you the picture so you can see.
Okay.
And the address so you can see, if it's something your guys are going to want.
Sure.
So
okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. What's your best email, Walter?
Are you sure you don't have to market this? Or, you can just be honest with me.
No, I'm gonna send it to my guy. I don't know if he's gonna take it or not. So, do you not want me to tell too many people about this, or do you want to keep it a secret?
I mean, if you're marketing it, I just need to know.
Well, yeah, typically I do send it out to some of my buyers. Is that a problem?
You're blasting it out to your cash buyers. I don't know if we have the same ones. You know what I mean?
Well, I can keep it at the same price, and if we have the same ones, I'll tell you what it can do.
Where are you located at?
So I do deals everywhere. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, but I grew up just a couple hours away down in near Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So what kind of buyers list do you have? You can be honest with me.
Big one.
Okay. So Yeah, go ahead and blast it out. I mean, you don't have to give the address, do you?
No. Well, they'll want to do the comps if they're interested, though. So,
Okay.
I mean, they don't. So these guys. So just to let you know, it's a yes or no for them. It's pretty quick. So, and if you want, what I can do too, Walter, is I can do like a JV option agreement with you where it's non-exclusive, meaning like if you find your own buyer, you don't have to pay me anything. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that way, you find someone, don't worry about me, but if I find them, I'll bring them over to you. Okay.
Yeah. So how do you do most of you're going to blast it out to your buyers list? And then are you going to put it on? I got it on Craigslist, but you can.
No, I have a private buyers list. I don't usually repost stuff on Craigslist.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I try to keep it pretty, because then it looks crazy coming from different people and stuff. But I have my own list of people too. So, so what was the address on this one?
Give me 1 second.
You always got to redirect. You got to get back into the conversation. You got to go back to the close, stay on that straight line, right? Get back to the goal. So. And Walter, just to let you know, this buyer is going to be buying a lot in Cincinnati. So, hopefully this will just be one of many we can do together. So.
Okay. Is he business or is he just a rehab?
Oh, no, it's a fund.
Oh, it's a mutual fund. Okay.
No, yeah, well, a hedge fund, they're fund buyers. So.
Right. So it's 3790 Ben Hill Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45247.
Okay. Ben Hill, is it two separate words?
No, that's one word.
Benhill.
Benhill.
Okay. And what did you say the zip code was?
45247.
45247?
Yeah.
Okay. Walter, and then what's your best email? And I can get you over that non-exclusive for you.
It's property preservation 79@gmail.com.
79@gmail.com. And you're going with priority title?
Yeah.
Right. And then what do you usually expect for an earnest deposit?
Well, let me see. We'll need at least $1,000 for this one.
Okay. $1,000 earnest. So it's going to be $121,500 net to you. The address is 3790 Ben Hill Drive. Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, drive. And then
Where are you getting that figure? 121.
you said it's 124 minus the 2,500 for me.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page with you. I don't want to piss you off or anything. So.
Yeah, I'll give you a $2,500 fee if you can find them.
Man, I appreciate that. I think we're going to have a few more deals coming up down the pipeline too. So don't lose my number, okay?
Absolutely. I got a pretty cool system, man, that I think I can keep them ringing out for you too.
Really? How are you finding all your deals?
Let's do a couple deals and I'll tell you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, when I fly out, I usually fly into Cincinnati too because I have family that's in Cincinnati and in Louisville. So we'll fly in. We'll take Allegiant out of Mesa, and fly into Cincinnati. So if I do that, we'll have to go and grab some of that crazy Skyline chili or something good over there.
Oh man, you just made my day. That's my favorite.
That's your favorite? Oh yeah, you love the cheese on it, right?
Hell yeah, gotta have it.
Yeah, no, I have to put cheese on chili every time now, just because of them. So.
Yep.
Well, cool, bro. Property preservation 79@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome, bro. Well, thanks so much. I'll send this over. And then if they want to see it, I'll contact you to schedule a time. Okay.
Here, let me see. Are you near a computer?
Yeah.
Let me see if you can look at it through this link.
Okay. Are you texting it to me?
I listed it on Craigslist.
Let me see if I may have it saved. I kind of get my VA to help me on some of this stuff, you know, so.
You got a VA?
Yeah, the best $5 an hour I can spend. Are you texting it to me?
I'm trying to pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Is it like a brick house with a garage?
Yeah.
I found it.
You did?
Yep, I found it. So let me just double check. Let me make sure. Make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Give me a second here. Okay, so it's brick house. It's a 1-car garage, right?
I think so.
Okay. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1197 square feet, I think. White oak. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, perfect, man. Yeah, I can use these pictures if that's okay. So
Yeah.
do you have them on a link by chance? It may be easier for me to text it over on a link.
On a what?
Like a link of like, do you have a Google Drive link or Dropbox link or anything for pictures?
See if I can, if it's in the Google Drive.
Okay. Okay. Anything major I need to know about the property that I need to warn them about? I see there's like some little water leak by a window or something.
Yeah, there's a foundation. It's a little crack. It needs to be fixed.
Little crack or big crack?
Well, I guess you would consider that a big crack, but
Okay.
it's only, he got an estimate. He said it's around $10,000 to fix it.
Okay. And by the way, sometimes they beat me up a little bit. If they come back, I'll let you know, or I'll be very transparent with you, you know, so that way we can stay on the up and up on everything. Is there, do you know if the seller will have any wiggle room if they come down on anything?
I have a little wiggle room. See, get close to that.
Okay.
You don't want to lift your fee though, right?
Yeah. Now you have this one under contract though, right? Direct with seller.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll send you over. Can you email me or take a picture of the contract? You can black out the price. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure that it's not daisy chaining along, you know?
It's not what?
It's not a daisy chain, you know, someone advertising a property they don't have under contract.
Right.
Yeah, you can just take a picture and just black out the price if you want to. It's up to you. I don't care. I'm going to send it out to my guy anyway. So I just want to make sure I have it, and then I can send it over to priority title.
Before I start sending contracts and doing all that.
What was that?
See if he's interested. See what your guy said. See
Okay.
if he's interested. If this is anything, up his alley. Hold on, I got one of my contractors calling. Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. By the way, this is a common objection. They don't want to give out their contract, right? So I'm going to just say, well, I got to make sure that I legally can get this option over to you. So, and I'll send it over. And maybe it's not the time to battle him yet, but maybe I'll say, hey, I need to get that over if we're going to schedule something. I need to make sure you're legit, right? So he's taking another call right now. Is this helpful so far?
Dude, it's been incredible.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yes.
Very helpful.
It's been great. Thank you for this.
Okay, sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
See if it's something that they're interested in, your hedge fund's going to want
Okay.
to do.
Well, here's the thing is just to make sure I can legally bring it to them. I usually just make sure that it's either with a title company or that you have it under contract.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and it's not legally under contract until opens escrow, so I got to get it. We got to get it to escrow then.
Okay, but you have the seller signed a contract with you already, though.
Right.
Okay, that's good. Tell you what, if you want to, if you open up escrow, or I can go ahead and send it to escrow for you whenever you get there. If all else, bro, like honestly, Walter, if you just take a picture of the first page and the second page and just put like a pen or something over the price, I don't even care what the price is. It's not, I'm just trying to make sure I'm connecting my dots so my attorney doesn't get pissed off at me.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, you got it. I'm just trying to be legit, you know? So
Let me work with Brandon, and then I'll get everything sent over to you. Okay.
awesome, bro. I'll get that JV option for you ready too. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, man. See ya. Bye. Okay, so we got our first one.
I think I need to ring a cowbell.
All right, so let me share. I can share my screen and show you guys how we do this documentation here, right? Any questions though about that call?
Yes. How would you know if it's a deal though? Until after you run the contract.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. See, a lot of times what happens is we get stuck in analysis paralysis. We're over analyzing everything instead of just going out and getting it. And then, hey, if it's not a deal, by the way, can you ever renegotiate a deal?
Right.
All the time. I have renegotiated deals all the time with so many of my wholesalers and so many of my JV partners. So I don't even get stuck on that. It doesn't even bother me. It's my wife jokes around when we're driving around and she's like talking to me, and if I'm in the driver's seat, she's in the passenger seat. She's like, "You're not even hearing anything I'm saying, are you? I'm talking to your wife here again." So I say it's like my investor here. I don't even hear the price. I don't even worry about that yet. It's not even a concern until I get to the point. So the point, I'm not even to that point yet. Let's just go get this JV option agreement signed. And by the way, did he come up with any objections?
Nope.
Not really. I mean, he did. He's like, he didn't want to give a contract at first and stuff like that. By the way, you got to know when to push and when not to, and then how to overcome those objections. Okay. But if you can get a couple of these every single day, you know, you'll close a deal. You'll close a JV, even if it's a $2,500. Most of my deals I try not to make at least $5,000.
That's what I try to do, like get the deals first then.
Right,
Probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. That's when I try to do the comps and stuff. Just get all the deals, then run the comps later.
Yeah, and I don't know if Ian's on here and Ian can hear me. Ian, are you able to chime in at the moment? Are you there, Ian? So by the way, yeah, he's here. So he's texting. He just can't say. So Ian knows this hedge fund I'm talking about. Ian is very familiar with this hedge fund that's buying in Cincinnati. So I can call up Ian, or I can get connection with Ian, and Ian can go ahead and get this sold for me in a heartbeat. Would you say that's correct, Ian? See what he says in the chat there. Well, hopefully, yeah. So Ian knows the hedge fund. But by the way, Justin,
he said yes.
Yeah, okay. He said awesome. His microphone's on. He said yes. So now I found out one thing. I knew one thing about Cincinnati. They have this place, this Skyline Chili place, right? That they throw the cheese on. And when I mentioned that was like his favorite restaurant.
It's the chili capital of the world, Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, are there any sports teams in Cincinnati?
Yeah, there's a little football team called the Bengals.
The Bengals and the Cincinnati Reds, right? And maybe there's other stuff around there. Maybe there's you find out you can build rapport on other things and connect on those things, and then they start to trust you too, right? So I even went so far where I was making Gmail accounts. Like if I was doing stuff in San Francisco area, I do like, because I am a 49ers fan, so I'll do like 49ers fan at gmail.com.
Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. So you got, just build rapport with people. Be real, be authentic, be sincere. You don't have to fake it, but I'm trying to help him sell his deal, right? So, all right. So let's fill out this paperwork. and let's get this sent over on a DocuSign. Is that okay if we do that?
Boom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Plus, give us a little secret sauce on how to find hedge fund buyers, or the best buyers.
So make sure you get Ian's phone number.
There you go, Ian. Put that phone number in the chat there, brother.
Can you guys see this okay?
Drop the digits, Ian. Let's go.
We're gonna blow up your life here, man. Come on.
And by the way, they're buying.
Yeah,
they're buying in Indianapolis too. So, all righty. So let's do. All right. Today's date is what? The 8th? December 8th?
Yep. 8th of December.
Okay. All right. So his name is Walter Davis. And 124 minus 2,500. Just make sure I did my math right. It's 121.5. All right, so the property address was 33790 Ben Hill Drive. 45247. I want to just check out the property on Zillow real quick and make sure that it's a fair looking deal real quick too.
He said toward the price, it says 100 in where it says words.
Yeah, fix the price.
Fix the price. It's $1,005 instead of 1,500.
Oh.
So the guy won't trip out.
121,000. Trying to make me put a little hyphen in here. $121,500. Is that right?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
As you
Nailed
guys
it.
can see, I have so much attention to detail, it matters. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Make sure it looks like the same property on Zillow. All right, so he has it at 165 on Zillow estimate, and he's willing to sell it at 121, or he was trying to sell at 124, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
By 160, I'm going to do 166. So it's just under 75%. So it's not a great wholesale deal, but it could be a landlord deal. So, okay, so this is the first part. Let me finish the Walter Davis, 121.5, non-exclusive. I take out the 50-50 split. Okay. And then.
Hey, Brandon, that's pretty good to know too, that there are some wholesalers who would probably see that 75% and just call this deal dead, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's still other ways to offload that or
No, I'm going to show you some ways that I can go ahead and find buyers for the same property, right? Too. So, and sorry, George, I didn't mean to not do something in Virginia. I just had a response. So, so JV option for Ben Hill. And then I'm going to show, I use DocuSign for a lot of this stuff, and you can use, you know, any of those, electronic signature e-sign documents. Are you guys able to see my DocuSign right now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So And honestly, so when I had guys here in the office, acquisition guys, this is what their job was every day. Exactly what I'm doing right now. Talking to new wholesalers, trying to get deals, building relationships with them. By the way, if I do a deal with this guy, do you think he's more likely to do another deal with me?
Oh, yes.
Think so.
He already promised that he would.
I have a lot of repeat business. A lot of my business is from people I've already done business with. And then I'll send them a thank you card and maybe a gift card or some movie tickets or something. So,
Brendan, did you put your fee on the contract?
no, I'm doing a net to him. So then I'm going to turn around and put it back out. So I'll show you here in just a second. Walter Davis, his email is propertypreservation79@gmail.com. I think I'll send that one. So right now, here's his name. I got to put his signature right here and put the date right there. Then I do mine right here, and then date right here. Send it. Please sign and send me a copy of the purchase agreement with the seller, or send me the title company contact info. Thanks. Okay, so now that let me just pull up my email real quick, and I can electronically sign it so you guys can see it. And sorry, it's taking a little bit here for this is the administration part. That's not as exciting as the talking to the folks part. So here's my JV agreement. Review documents. So continue, sign. Wait a second. I gotta re-sign this.
That's great.
Hold on. I gotta change that. How do I change it? Hold on. It says Brandon the man, not Brandon Simmons.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's hilarious.
It's gonna make me hold on a second.
Wouldn't it allow you to re-sign it, like right there on the sign sheet?
I think so, but I'm trying to see if it'll. It's not letting me click on there.
Interesting.
Let me go back.
And I looked at it too. I thought it was something different.
Just tell them you're the man.
I know. I can't believe it defaulted to Brandon the man. So, all right. So let me. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go back here. I'll just log in and redo it. I'll send it to my other email. But basically, what I do is just I sign it right away. If I'm using my other email address, lets me sign it right away. So then I sign it. He has it. I text him and say, "Hey, it's signed, bro. What do you need? Let me know if you need anything else." So then now I turn around and start marketing that deal. So we got the first part right. We went out and found exactly how I just showed you: Craigslist, Facebook groups. I'm not overthinking it, right? I'm just going out and making contact. And by the way, I love Michael's software. It's simple and it's easy to use, and you can just zip through this stuff pretty fast. So
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And then, and now I'm going to go and try to find a buyer. So how do we find buyers for something like this?
On the last call that we had, we said, hey, let's leverage the real estate agent network.
Exactly. So I started literally going through and putting that property right into REI Automator, or sorry, PropStream or REI Automator, right, and start looking that up. So I'll pull up PropStream and I'll show you how, one of the quick ways that we do this. And then I'll share my screen with you just a second here. Any questions though? I feel like I'm kind of just rambling here. So.
Good.
No, we're all taking it in. It's great.
Sweet.
One question
Justin, I think you're muted.
Yeah, actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
If they, my name is LaShonda, I'm sorry.
Can't see.
Am I muted?
Can't
Yeah,
see.
we can hear you.
Go ahead. Oh, now I can't hear you, LaShonda. I think you're muted now.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Was there a question though?
One question I have, Brandon, when you're talking to this wholesaler, again, we're not doing 100 different things. We're just focusing on the conversation. You check Zillow, right? And then after you check Zillow, are you pulling it up on PropStream as well, or REI Automator, which is a
Yeah,
company?
it's all the same software. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going to type it in right here.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know, I was having problems, but my question was, I'm sorry. My question was, when you have them on the line and they won't send you a copy of the contract, and then they say, like what he said, it hadn't went to the title company. What if they are kind of like giving you resistance on that end, then what do you do?
That's a great question. It does happen. So I just try to see, I try to say, hey, when are you going to have escrow open? You know, I try to say, you can put like a post-it note over the price of the contract. Just take it. And by the way, I tell them take a picture with their cell phone because it's the fastest. If they're trying to scan it and do like fax it, like most people don't have their fax machine in their home and stuff like that. So, but if they can take a picture and cover up the price because they're worried about me seeing the price or something, I don't, you know, it doesn't matter. I want to see that the seller signed it and that he signed it. So I know who I'm sending my JV option agreement is legit. Because by the way, if you ever have to prove, you know, that you have an equitable interest in the property, you want that chain. You want that documentation.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
But yeah, it does happen. I mean, they'll come back with a lot of concerns, right? So here's the zip code. So let me just put in the zip code real quick. And I'm going to show you. The first thing I'll do is go to Flippers. So I'll type in the zip code. There's a zip code in Ohio. And then I'm going to go to my Flippers right here. And then look, I got 9 flippers.
So what does flippers mean on this platform exactly, Brandon?
So on this platform means someone that has bought a property cash and is selling it within, I think, within 2 years. Now I see several condos on here. Maybe I'll just call a couple of houses. Like here's a house that looks similar. So when I'm reaching out, I'm going to reach out to the realtor first. I like to see ones that have investors and LLCs too, because that means that we have, like, this one is probably an investor, hopefully. Let's see. The LLC right there. So maybe I'll call this one because I know that they're most likely in the business of doing flips or rentals, right? So if I can find out, they bought this house, was it 170 cash, MLS 197. I don't know if that's a huge, maybe they bought it cash and they got a credit from the seller on the HUD settlement statement. That's what like Open Door and stuff does. So here I'm going to reach out to the licensed agent. So I see it's Kate. Let's see here. I got to find out who this realtor is real quick. And some states have all the phone numbers and addresses, and some of them don't. So, all right, here's the realtor right here. Contact Kate. There's Kate. Do we have a phone number for Kate? There's Kate. 513-379-4881. All righty, let's see what Kate says.
This is Kate.
Hey, Kate. Hey, this is Brandon Simmons. Did I catch you in the middle of anything?
Yes, you did. What can I help you with?
Okay, I can call you back later if you want.
What are you calling about?
It looks like you had a property that's pending on Boomer Road.
It's not pending.
Or it's sold already? Okay.
It is not sold.
Oh, okay. I'm actually looking for a realtor to help me sell a deal that I have. So I don't know if you have any clients looking for any fix and flips or rentals or anything.
I don't work with investors really.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm sorry if I caught you in the middle of something. Thanks, Kate.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Move on.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Sweet and to the point. I think that cost 25 seconds.
Yeah. I don't waste a lot of time. I just keep going.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to go here to the next one, and I'll call through these realtors here, and hopefully there's some of them have phone numbers, some of them don't. This is Colleen Hilt. And
Direct to the point. I like that.
Right? Don't waste time. Just move on.
Like Justin say, next.
Yeah. We don't. Hey, but I'm surprised she actually answered her phone. Most of the realtors don't always like to answer their phone.
She sounded kind of sci-fi-ish, you know. So he did the right thing. Got off that conversation real quick.
She seemed a little sour grapes right now. So
yeah.
So if they're like that, I'm going to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something to offend you or something?" So
I thought she was going. For a minute, I thought she was going to bark at you.
It could be the cart. The market's good in that area if she's getting a ton of calls.
She didn't sound very hungry, that's for sure.
No.
Sound mean. Is she ready to fight?
Good boots to the west.
Not everyone likes to make money.
Hi, this is Colleen Holt here, and usually do.
All right, so she didn't answer. I normally would leave a message, right, and then I go to the next one. So, but if I'm in using like PropStream or RE Automator, I go through the flippers. I can also go through, and remember we had the property here. Oops. The property was 3790 Ben Hill Drive, Cincinnati. You can pull your cash buyers through here too. So we have cash buyers right here. You can do your cash buyer list right here. Now, if I'm pulling cash buyers though, it's going to give me a pretty big list, and I got to be careful because I don't want to have a ton. I want non-owner occupied cash buyers, and typically people that bought the home within the last year. And then, so it's not pulling up here. Let's go to comparables. I can pull cash buyers this way. This one you usually pull about 150 on here. So I can pull 150 of the cash buyers around that subject property and create that list and skip trace it and start calling them right from there. The other thing I'll do is the comparable properties. If you see, I got 9 comparable properties in this area. So I may open this up to a mile and see how many more it gets me. So now I got 100 properties, all within 1 mile of that subject property. So now I'm reaching out to those realtors on here, and I'm trying to find out if they have any clients, because realtors have clients that are fix and flippers, and they have clients that are landlords, right? Now I'm trying to find out if they have anyone that's looking for properties in that area. And you can collect all those numbers. You can do a RVM blast, a ringless voicemail blast. You can do a text message blast. Michael's software does it. There's other softwares that do it too. So it's not, you don't have to overcomplicate it. You can send that out. Michael, how long would it take me to send out a text message blast to 100 people?
I mean, if you have enough phone numbers, you can do that in about a minute or 2 minutes.
So if I upload the list,
Yep.
get the message, how long, like the whole time, what do you think it would take?
Here's the question. Is the list previously skip traced?
Yes.
Okay, so if the list's already skip traced, you upload it, you could send it out, you could start clicking through your messages and have them sent out within probably 2 minutes.
There you go.
Start getting responses within.
Then you're having responses
like,
and having a conversation.
Right. And you
Yeah.
can go about it that way. And within 10 minutes is what you just showed earlier on the iMessage thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not any different. It's just the software sending it versus iMessage.
Right. And so I literally just start going through there. Then I'll go through realtor.com, find out other realtors in that area. And then I may look up landlords as well. So now there's a cool little app. By the way, hopefully this is bringing some value to you guys.
Oh, it's huge.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I can't thank you enough.
So there's the little app here.
Hold on. I'm going to put you on the big screen.
Oh, yes.
It's called Landglide. I don't know if you can see that one right. It's about $10 a month. If I click on Landglide, if I type in that 3790 Ben Hill.
How much a month?
I think it's $10 a month.
Oh, landline?
Landglide.
Oh, Landglide. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm typing in the address in the Landglide right now. I found the property right here. I click on it. Now I know who the owner is. It's Charles. It's trying to focus. Sorry. And then if you see the map, it's highlighted right there. I can zoom in here now. And now I can start looking for anyone that has an LLC in that neighborhood.
Whoa. I love that.
Okay, so I go in there, I find someone with an LLC, and I contact them and see if they want to buy another property in that neighborhood.
$10 worth of price. Damn.
How are you getting their contact information? The LLC.
Talk about you driving for dollars too.
So, okay, so let's say I find a property. Does anyone here have an LLC by chance?
Yes.
Kenny,
Oh, yeah.
Kenny does. So, Kenny, do you mind if I do a little experiment and see if I can find you through your LLC? Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was muted.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you right here. So I'm going to go to this other top secret website. What's the name of your LLC, Kenny? By the way, this is called opencorporates.com. So you can find people that own LLCs here. What's your name of your LLC, Kenny?
Lone Star Key.
Is that all one word, Lone Star?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's separate as far as the file.
Is it LONE?
Yeah, it's in Texas, Lone Star.
Okay, all one word or two words?
It's 2 words.
Okay, Lone Star.
Key, separate word.
Key?
And properties. IES, LLC.
Okay. All righty. Lone Star in Texas. And is this correct? The mailing address and phone number?
Yeah, that's our business address. Yes.
Sweet.
With the Secretary of State. My beautiful partner is my partner there.
Is that your phone number?
That was the phone number. That was their office.
And I do answer.
Okay, let's look this one up.
Woo!
Let's look this one up. Change my life investing.
Change my life investing.
LLC.
Oops, LLC. Is it all one word?
No, change is one word. My life is another word.
Okay. So how about this? What's the address for the LLC? Let me start there.
Well, you're supposed to be looking me up. So my address, what is my address?
Well, I would be able to find a mailing address for any property, right? Through the tax records?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why if I can find a mailing address, then I can do the lookup that way too.
Okay, 87.
Okay, hold on just a second. This is making me do something for looking for boats. Fastpeoplesearch.com. This is a very expensive website. It costs $0.
Share your screen again, man.
Oh, sorry.
Participate. I didn't get to get that site earlier.
Open corporate.
Thank you.
Open corporates, and then this one is called Fast People Search. All right, what's the address?
It's 8723 Bristol Avenue. Kansas City.
Bristol.
Yep, Avenue. Kansas City, Missouri, 64134.
Kansas City.
No, 87. Did I say 8723? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, 8723.
Yeah, 64138. Sorry.
You know a Vincent Davis.
Yes, I know a Vincent Davis.
Is it? I have a number here of a 913 number.
I'm not for sure if that's his number.
Okay, and then I have two other numbers here. And then who would be a close relative of Vincent down here? Henry, Tisha, Amanda, Amada, Camilla.
Okay. I see. Let me see.
Oh, I love his emails, Pimp Daddy.
That's almost as good as the man. The man.
See, like I know my registered agent is his wife.
Okay, what's his wife's name?
Taisha.
Taisha. So I saw Taisha here.
Yeah, you got Davis. That's her name. That's her name, and then Pittman is also her name.
Gosh.
But that's because I know that. But you know what I'm saying? Like if I was looking this up.
Pimp Daddy.
Pimp Daddy. So I can email Pimp Daddy there if I can't call him.
That's
I
awesome.
had to give me a business called Mac Daddy Real Estate.
He got two phones.
I got it.
So what I would do, I would call that number and then try to find out, hey, do you know who Taisha is? Or can I talk to Taisha, right? If I find out who that owner agent is or whoever the agent of the LLC is, now your state may have more information than just open corporates, okay? Like Arizona Corporation Commission, it's really great to do research through. We can find out when they file a new paperwork, what the new mailing address is, if it's like a UPS store or something, you know? So your own corporation or secretary of state, whoever they register their corporations to may have more info.
Gotcha.
So, any other questions?
I had another question if don't nobody have one.
Okay.
I've used the open corporate before. Actually, I use open corporate as well. And sometimes I found like when I look up the company name under registered agent, it'll have another LLC. And then I've looked up it's like a domino effect. It just keeps going and going and going. What do you do in a situation like that? I think I've looked up one and it domino like 4 times.
There's a couple of different ways to do that. I mean, you can keep looking up the different addresses of the different registrars, whoever the agent is on that. Usually I go through the state. If I'm diving a little deeper, I'll go into the state. There's a couple companies that supposedly skip trace LLCs. What I found though is you have to kind of do that kind of 2 or 3 step approach, like I just showed you with the open corporates and stuff like that. Now, there's ways we talked about last week, and maybe Justin, you can share the ebook again with how to build a cash buyers list.
It's in the description of
Okay.
this video on YouTube.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So feel free to download that. It's free, and it kind of walks you through all the different ways to build a buyer's list. But I mean, there's different companies that you can buy an entire buyer's list for the whole state for like $300 or $400 or less.
Yeah.
So with realtor phone numbers and email addresses and cash buyers and their phone numbers and email addresses and stuff too. In that ebook, I also talk about how to really dive in. And last time we were on this, we talked about how I created over 90,000 buyers, landlord buyers in Maricopa County. I didn't create, I just went down and bought the list, right? Went down and got the list because a lot of cities and municipalities make the landlords register the rental properties. And they should be able to give you that list at a cost, or you can file for a Freedom of Information Act and get it that way. If they're collecting that data, it should be available through the Freedom of Information Act as well. So now I add a question, a sincere question. Can any of you do what I just showed you to do on a daily basis?
Oh, hell yeah.
How many of you want to start today?
Yeah.
You can do deals. By the way, the key, if you notice when I was talking to the wholesaler and stuff too, it's just act like you know. You need to just come across confidence, right? Know what you're talking about. I come from a different experience. I've had, hundreds and hundreds of transactions closed. I've dealt with a lot of JV partners. I've been doing JV deals for 10 years. So it's not new to me. So it does come across pretty easy for me. But really the same scripts I've taught to my own employees, and they've gotten deals. I mean, just like getting $20,000, $30,000 a month on autopilot just by hiring a couple of people to help you. Even virtual assistants, where your job is your revenue generating activity for your business is you being the person on the phone closing the deals or talking to the wholesalers, and that's it. So.
That's great. That's the money.
Brandon.
Awesome.
Yep.
Brandon, on PropStream, when you call the realtors, can you go over a little bit like what your compensation is, and then their fee and how they're involved, that type of thing?
Yeah.
Great question, Mary. Thank you.
We can role play it, Mary, if you want to be the realtor.
Okay.
Okay. Ring, ring. Mary?
No, Mary Ann speaking.
Hey, Mary. Hey, this is Brandon. I saw that you had a property that I think it's pending right now, 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
I do.
Great. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a question for you. I have a deal that we're trying to, we may just be trying to sell instead of trying to fix and flip and all that stuff. You don't happen to have any clients that are looking for a deeply discounted property that's not on the market, do you?
I have quite a few.
Okay. Well, this deal is great. It's only $129,000. I mean, Zillow's showing about 167, 170, somewhere around there. So it's deeply discounted. It'd be a great rental property or an easy fix and flip for someone. And at 129,000, there's like $2,000 commission built in.
2,000 commission for me?
Yeah, already built in. And then if you want anything else, you can add it on top of that if you want.
That sounds good.
Okay. Who do you know? Are they able to close in the next week, 7 to 10 days with cash or hard money?
I can check into that. There might be a couple.
Okay, because this one won't last long. I mean, it's such a smoking deal. And I've been talking to Barb Hunter. She's a realtor in the area, and Colleen as well. So it may not last through the weekend. Do you think you can reach out to them today if I send you the address and some pictures?
Yeah, I can try to do that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can try to do that.
Try? Oh, okay.
No, I have time today. I could do that.
Okay, yeah, if you can do it today, that'd be great. Because Yoda said do or do not. There's no try, right? Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you what, yeah, just plan on that. It's 129 to your buyer with 2,000 commission built in. If you want to bump up the commission, just add that to the price, okay?
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, now they have to be able to close by this time next week or as max like 10 days the following Monday. Okay.
Okay, now are you just doing this with me? Am I the only realtor you're doing this with?
Well, let me ask you a question. Whenever you list a property, do you just only want to sell it to just the first person to walk in the door?
I'm not understanding.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Mary, no, you're not the only one. I got people beating down my door for this deal. So I would jump on it right away. If you got someone interested, let's see if you can talk to them today, because it won't last long.
Okay, so this is not like an exclusive listing for
No,
me.
it's not listed on the MLS, so it's off market. But you know, and I know that these deals are hard to come by when they're 40 grand below market, you know?
Right, exactly. Okay, that sounds good. I'll do that and I can get back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary. Nice talking to you, okay?
You too, Brandon. Thank you.
Bye. All right, any questions on that?
That was great.
So how much is she getting paid again?
$2 grand.
$2 grand. Okay.
So my net price is 127. Remember, what did I have it locked up for?
124. 121.5.
21.5.
All right, so that's $5,500, right?
Okay, so we have the wholesaler with the purchase and sale agreement that he's going to provide you. You now have an option agreement, and when you bring your buyer to the table,
I sign a BC contract, a buyer's contract with the buyer.
Okay.
And I want to get my teeth in there. My buyer's agreement is hard. It's like if they don't close on time, it's a 200 per diem day charge to them.
I see.
Now, what I do is once they drop off earnest deposit, I do a BC contract. Once they drop off earnest deposit, and I want to assign it instead of do a double close, because the double close can wipe out a lot of my profits. It can make I can lose another $1,000 to $2,000 on closing costs. Then I'll fill out the assignment. Once they drop off the earnest deposit. Once they drop off the earnest deposit, then they're solid, and then I'll fill out the assignment contract with them. That's stating the exact same thing, what the earnest deposit was and what the purchase price with the buyer was.
Okay. And that whole package goes to the title company.
Yep.
I have a question. So when you're talking to this realtor and you guys came up with her selling it or whatever, if she buys the buyer, we have to use the agent's agreement, correct?
Why do you have to use the agent's agreement?
I'm not for sure. I always thought because when we were dealing with the agent, we had to use.
Who's selling the property?
You are.
That's right. You get to choose what paperwork you're to use. And if there's a lot of pushback, I tell them, hey, I paid money for my attorneys to put this together to make sure that I'm protected.
Okay. Gotcha.
So now, sometimes they want you to sign like a lead paint disclosure or fill out some sort of disclosure form and stuff like that. So just take that into account. And sometimes you may have to fill it out and you've never lived in the property. Maybe you've never seen the property. So you just disclose you've never even set foot on the property or you never seen it. So
you might have said this before, but how do you put the realtor getting 2,000 on the agreements? On what agreement does that go? And
so my purchase price now with the buyer goes at 129.
Okay.
And then I will tell them, typically you don't put escrow, you don't put the escrow instructions on a contract. Most states don't. That's a no-no. So what you typically do is say, okay, great. What I'll do is I'll email this contract. I'll copy you on it, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor. And then the email to the title company says purchase price with the buyer is $129. The commissions to the realtor is $2,000. and their broker's name and phone number is this, right? And this is the agent who's working with the buyer. So you just do what's called escrow instructions, just a simple email.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
And most of the time, I just try to copy them, and I'll say, hey, here's the agent working with them. And most of the competent title companies reach out. They try to find out who they need to pay the commission to.
Yeah.
So
right.
That's part of their checklist.
Right.
And I prefer to work with the title companies that do all that. So a good title company is like having an employee that's a transaction coordinator. They handle a lot of that stuff for you.
Gotcha.
Huge.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. This has been awesome.
Oh yeah, man, it's been great. I really, really appreciate it. I know we could probably come up with more questions for another hour, but we probably ought to call it a session.
Sure.
And put the
If
lid
anyone
on it.
needs to reach out to me, you got me on Voxer. It's Brandon the Man 13 on Voxer.
That is also in the description of this YouTube video.
Perfect.
Okay, as well as the agreement, the option agreement for the wholesaler and you. Okay, and then the ebook about cash buyers, getting buyers, working with buyers, where to find them, what kind of buyers there are, so on and so forth. Awesome material, guys. All free to you today.
Hey, can we get a copy of the?
Why I don't know, but it is. It's completely free.
Can we get a copy of the script you started out with in the beginning of the presentation? Had the text scripts in there.
How to lock up a JV deal and stuff.
Yeah.
I can send that over to Justin.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll put that in the VIP Facebook group, guys.
And by the way, just to let you guys know, part of the reason why I did this with Justin and with Michael is because they're really awesome, genuine guys. I mean, if you look at the stuff that Justin's doing for his VIP coaching, like what is it? Not even $50 a month.
Right. Right.
And if you go through and get Michael's software, it includes the Michael software and get the VIP coaching together. So
he's a great guy, man. A lot of people be trying to pimp the wheels off you. Justin's not like that. He's down to earth. First time I did a Zoom with him, man, I was captivated by his personality.
It's awesome.
Oh, man, you guys are so sweet. Thank you.
Try having dinner with that guy, man.
Did he pick up the check? That's the question. Or did he order all the appetizers and say, I got to go to the bathroom. See ya.
I had to fight Michael for the check.
He got it.
There you go.
He got it. No.
Hey, the YouTube channel, somebody asked, Ian did, the YouTube channel is called Justin Chamness's Real Estate Wholesalers Club. Okay, so it's really long. I don't know why all of us real estate investors have to come up with these really, really long LLC names and stuff. I've got one called Low Priced Bargain Properties LLC. I'm like so tired of writing that. Low Priced Bargain Property. It's like
yeah, can't you just give the abbreviation?
Brandon,
what's that?
Maybe.
When you reached out to N to find a buyer, does he get paid on that also?
Yeah. There's ways. Here's the thing: is you can collaborate with so many people and make sure everyone gets paid on the deal. Just make sure everything gets paid through closing and not outside of closing. If I give you any recommendation on that, just make sure everything's done through title, through escrow, those all on the settlement statement, and nothing's paid outside.
Okay. How would you pay him? How would he get paid? Because you're making $2,500. So are you going to give him part of your profit or what?
It depends. He's, if his company's buying it, then his company pays him.
Okay.
So now there's a lot of different ways. And if you guys have questions and you guys got individual stuff, feel free to reach out. Like I'm a normal guy, so.
I got a quick question.
How can we find the hedge fund?
Go ahead.
How can we find the hedge fund companies?
Well, that's a secret that only my coaching students get to find out.
Which, by the way, nobody has mentioned a word about that until now, but you should check out Brandon Simmons one-on-one coaching, and it's actually super affordable, y'all. It really is. So there's no real excuse if you want to do this business and do it right. He's the man. He is Brandon the man.
My goal is I've had some great coaches and mentors and stuff, and one of the biggest things, one of the guys that helped me too was he tried to set up a special mentorship for me where I would get all my tuition that I paid him back on my first deal. So I try to set up a lot of stuff like that where it's a win-win, where you get something done. I want you to have the benefits of that. So you get the benefits of a coach and a mentor, but also you make your money back on a deal.
Yeah.
I can do partnerships on stuff too. So whatever you guys decide to do, just feel free to reach out. If there's any questions, just let me know.
Yeah.
So.
YouTube description. Okay. Check it out. That's how you get in touch with him. That's where you get all the goodies. Okay. Let's wrap it up, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. There's so many folks here. It's unbelievably good. With everybody watching, we've had probably close to 50 people, participating on some level here, Brandon, and no doubt because the value you've brought today is just unbelievable. So thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Michael Batista, also for being here and for having a great machine that allows us to do a lot of this in minutes instead of hours. And so anyway, thank you, Michael, Jerry, Kenny, Mary, Michael, Philip, Rashik, Steve, Alous, Anthony, Brett, and so many more. Love you guys.
Justin, Brandon, thank you very much.
I'll see y'all later.
Have a blessed day.
I'll be going live in about 30 minutes to do a text blast for creative real estate. Okay.
Nice.
All right. I'll see you later.
Good
All right.
stuff, Brandon.
Bye.
Thank you.